Greetings, everyone. I am Pete Pardo from Sea of Tranquility. Welcome to pick number 15 of my favorite 30 rock solo albums of all time. That's right, we're doing it each and every day here this month in November 2023. 30 days in the month. We've picked out our favorite 30 solo albums by prominent members of prominent bands. They went off and did a solo record. Maybe they did a bunch of solo albums, but they stayed in the band. We're picking one of them. I'm picking one each, right? I'm not duplicating any artist here. You guys are free to do so because we got a lot of these folks may have done more than one really great solo album, but this one is pretty special to me. This is the first and only ever solo album from this guitarist, released August 1980 for Epic Portrait Records, produced by John Boylan and Barry Goudreau himself. I'm talking about Barry Goudreau. Self-titled. Barry, of course, co-guitarist with the band Boston, right? Of course, he appeared on those first two Boston records, first Boston album, as well as Don't Look Back. Then he released this. As history shows it, Boston brainchild leader Tom Scholz was very unhappy that he went and did this solo record. In fact, half of Boston's on this album as well, and basically he kicked him out of the band due to this. And if you listen to what Barry says, and Barry came on SOT a couple of years ago and talked about it, he had a whole bunch of tracks that he thought would have been great songs for the next Boston record, and Tom basically was like not really interested. And of course, so he went and put this album out. He enlisted Brad Delp, sings vocals on the majority of the album. In fact, let's go through that. We got Barry Goudreau, lead guitars, bass, keyboards, a little bit of backing vocals. We got Brad Delp lead vocals on a good chunk of the tracks. You got Fran Cosmo lead vocals on the rest of the tracks. Fran, of course, would go and join Boston not that far in the future. Sib Hashian, of course, from Boston on drums. Jesse Ehrlich plays a little cello. Joe Lyle plays some violin. David Schwartz some viola. Sid Sharp violin as well as kind of orchestrated all the strings on the album when they were needed. So, like I said, this album basically prompted Tom to kick Barry out of the band, which kind of a sad thing when you really think about it, because I think basically this might have preempted and caused the total shakeup of the Boston band from its foundation, and we would never see that original lineup going forward, right? But you listen to this album, it's basically kind of like a Boston album, right? I would argue that this album is better than any Boston album post Don't Look Back. And all these songs that Barry had written here sound like they would fit perfectly fine on a Boston album. The only difference here is that the production is not as kind of pristine. Tom obviously very meticulous in the studio. He's an engineer, right? So while this sounds like a Boston album, the production is a lot more raw, not as kind of polished as we would hear, especially on those first two or three Boston records. But the songs themselves sound like Boston albums. His guitar tone, his soloing, it just sounds Boston. Then you got that voice, right? So what's on this album? We've got Hard Luck kicks it off. We have great rockers on this album. I mean, this is a really good melodic hard rock record. Hard Luck is excellent. Catchy chorus, great guitars from Barry, great vocals from Brad, excellent. You got Nothing to Lose, Fran Cosmo singing on that. Another good, memorable song. What's a Fella to Do follows. Mean Woman Blues comes after that to finish off side one of the original vinyl. Mean Woman Blues is basically like the sister to Smokin' from the first Boston album. Just a kick-ass hard rock and boogie song. Over on side two, you got Leavin' Tonight. It's a good, memorable song. Fran Cosmo on vocals there. You got Dreams was the single on the album. That was released at the same time as the album came out. Dreams, excellent song. Very memorable chorus. Soaring chorus. Sung by, of course, Brad Delp. Excellent song. Life is What We Make It. Kick-ass song. Might be one of my favorites on the album. Great guitar riff. Great soloing. Just a good hard rock song. It's a shame it's just barely over 3 minutes long. You want it to be longer. Then you got Sailing Away, which is a quick little song, kind of like the ballady type of track on here. Pretty mellow. Not my favorite song on the album, but it's decent. And then Cold, Cold World finishes it off, and that is the longest song on the album at just under 5 minutes long. Good. It's melodic, it's memorable, but good heavy riffs. Killer soloing. It's kind of a moodier piece. Really, really dig it a lot. Love the chorus on that one. Really, really good song. Overall, other than Sailing Away, which again, I don't dislike, everything else on here is just top-notch stuff. Just really great melodic hard rock stuff with killer crisp guitar work. The riffs are great. The licks are great. Soloing is excellent. And, you know, Brad Delp on vocals on most of that, and even Fran, it sounds great on here. Basically the two voices of Boston in that first half of their career on this album. So to me, this is basically like a de facto Boston record. And to me, you know, depending on what you think of Third Stage or not, this is either like the third best Boston related album or the fourth. Basically, it's really, really good stuff. I like this one a lot. Charting, let's see, what do we got here? This actually did hit the charts. So this made the Billboard charts here in the States in 1980. Made it to number 88, not too shabby. And the single made it to number 103 on the Billboard singles charts, and that was Dreams, like I mentioned before. So, yeah, Barry Goudreau, very underrated guitar player, a key member of that Boston band. And if you haven't heard his solo album and you're a fan of Boston, you are missing out. Go and get this immediately. Really good. This is the Rock Candy reissue, right? Remastered and reloaded. Sounds great to me. I loved it from the get-go. So, and he, of course, after this would go and form the band Orion the Hunter, which was his kind of like solo band, right? They had that pretty big hit single there with So You Ran, and did the big tour with Aerosmith. And so Orion the Hunter was kind of like for the one album and the one tour was like, whoa, you know, this great new band, Barry Goudreau from Boston. And then that didn't really work out. Then he did RTZ, which was also pretty good. And then we've got spotty Barry Goudreau stuff ever since then, but he's got a new band out there that he's been playing with the last couple of years that more kind of bluesy hard rock stuff. So worth checking out though as well. So let us know what you think of Barry Goudreau down in the comments below. If you haven't heard it, go listen to it. Let us know what you think. Most importantly, list your pick number 15 here as we go through our favorite solo albums of all time. And tune in tomorrow for pick number 14. Visit us on the web at www.seatranquility.org. We're on Facebook. We're on YouTube all together. All the damn time. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Click on that notification bell so you get alert of all of our content as it posts. And please do hit the like button before you leave. Also down below, get the links to our Ko-Fi page for channel donations, our merch page, and our Cameo page. Thank you in advance for all your support there. Stay tuned. Coming up on the channel tonight, we've got an interview with Isaiah Mitchell, the amazing guitar player from the band Earthless. So that's coming up here on the channel. Great chat with Isaiah, so do not miss that. That'll be happening tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time here on SOT. Till then, I am Pete Pardo. Have a good day, everybody. See you soon. Bye-bye.